Hey everybody, this is Matt Kramer here. I'm going to read a few chapters in Leviticus today to make up because I didn't read for the whole month of December. Only one reading in the whole month of December, and that was December 4th. I forget why I could have read on the 11th for sure, and then 19th. So 11th and 19th I didn't read. So I got to go to Leviticus chapter 15. Leviticus chapter 15. 14 was a long. Yeah, here we go. 15. The Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When any man hath a running issue out of his flesh, because of its issue he is unclean. This shall be his uncleanness in his issue. Whether his flesh run with his issue, or his flesh be stopped from his issue, it is his uncleanness. Running issue, verse 2. Discharge, okay, verse 3 is stopped. Verse 4, every bed whereon he lieth that hath the issue is unclean, and everything whereon he sitteth shall be unclean. Whosoever toucheth his bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. He that sitteth on anything whereon he sat that hath the issue shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. He that touches the flesh of him that hath the issue shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. If he that hath the issue spit upon him that is clean, then he shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. What saddle soever he rideth upon that hath the issue shall be unclean. Whosoever toucheth anything that was under him shall be unclean until the evening. He that beareth any of those things shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. Whomsoever he toucheth that hath the issue, and hath not rinsed his hand in water, he shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. The vessel of earth that he toucheth which hath the issue shall be broken, and every vessel of wood shall be rinsed in water. Verse 13, when he that hath an issue is cleansed of his issue, then he shall number to himself 7 days for his cleansing, and wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in running water, and shall be clean. On the 8th day he shall take to him 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, and come before the Lord unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and give them unto the priest. The priest shall offer them, the one for sin offering and the other for a burnt offering, and the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord for his issue. If any man's seed of copulation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water, and be unclean until the evening. Every garment and every skin whereon is the seed of copulation shall be washed with water, and be unclean until the evening. The woman also with whom man shall lie with seed of copulation, they shall both bathe themselves in water, and be unclean until the evening. If a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days, and whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the evening. Everything that she lieth upon in her separation shall be unclean, and everything also that she sitteth upon shall be unclean. Whosoever toucheth her bed shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. Whosoever toucheth anything that she sat upon shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. If it be on her bed, or on anything whereon she sitteth, when he toucheth it, he shall be unclean until the evening. If any man lie with her at all, and her flowers be upon him. He shall be unclean in 7 days. Flowers, verse 24. Flowers, impurity. Her impurity shall be on him, and he shall be unclean in 7 days, and all the bed whereon he lieth shall be unclean. If a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation, or if it be run beyond the time of her separation, all the days of the issue of her uncleanness shall be as the days of her separation. She shall be unclean. Every bed whereon she lieth, all the days of her issue shall be unto her as the bed of her separation, and whatsoever she sitteth upon shall be unclean as the uncleanness of her separation. Whosoever toucheth those things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. But if she be cleansed of her issue, then she shall number to herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. On the 8th day she shall take unto her 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, and bring them unto the priest to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. The priest shall offer the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering, and the priest shall make an atonement for her before the Lord for the issue of her uncleanness. Thus shall ye separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness when they defile my tabernacle that is among them. This is the law of him that hath an issue, and of him whose seed goeth from him, and is defiled therewith. If her that is sick, of her that is sick, of her flowers, and of him that hath an issue, of the man, and of the woman, and of him that lieth with her that is unclean. Chapter 16. The Lord spake unto Moses after the death of the 2 sons of Aaron, when they offered before the Lord and died. The Lord said unto Moses, Speak unto Aaron thy brother, that he come not at all times into the holy place within the veil, before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark, that he die not, for I will appear in the clouds upon the mercy seat. Thus shall Aaron come into the holy place with a young bullock for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering. He shall put on the holy linen coat. He shall have the linen breeches upon his flesh, excuse me, and shall be girded with a linen girdle, and with a linen mitre shall he mitre, I think it's mitre, mitre, excuse me, shall he be attired. These are holy garments. Therefore shall he wash his flesh in water, and shall put them on. He shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel 2 kids of the goats for a sin offering, and 1 ram for a burnt offering. Aaron shall offer his bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself and for his house. He shall take the 2 goats and present them before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats, 1 lot for the Lord, and the other lot for the scapegoat. Aaron shall bring the goat upon which the Lord's lot fell, and offer him for a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat shall be presented alive before the Lord, to make an atonement for him, and to let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness. Aaron shall bring the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and shall make an atonement for himself and for his house, and shall kill the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself. He shall take a censer full of burning coals of fire from off the altar before the Lord, in his hands full of sweet incense beaten small, and bring it within the veil. He shall put the incense upon the fire before the Lord, that the cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that is upon the testimony that he died not. He shall take of the blood of the bullock and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat eastward, and before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle the blood with his finger 7 times. Then shall he kill the goat of the sin offering that is for the people, and bring his blood within the veil, and do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it upon the mercy seat and before the mercy seat. He shall make an atonement for the holy place because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel, because of their transgressions and all their sins. And so shall he do for the tabernacle of the congregation that remaineth among them in the midst of their uncleanness. There shall be no man in the tabernacle of the congregation when he goeth in to make an atonement in the holy place, until he come out and have made an atonement for himself and for his household and for all the congregation of Israel. He shall go out unto the altar that is before the Lord and make an atonement for it, and shall take the blood of the bullock, and of the blood of the goat, and put it upon the horns of the altar round about. He shall sprinkle of the blood upon it with his finger 7 times, and cleanse it, and hallow it from the uncleanness of the children of Israel. When he hath made an end of reconciling the holy place, and the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar, he shall bring the live goat. Aaron shall lay both his hands upon the head of the live goat, and confess over him all the iniquities of the children of Israel, and all their transgressions and all their sins, putting them upon the head of the goat, and shall send them away by the hand of a fit man into the wilderness. The goat shall bear upon him all their iniquities unto a land not inhabited, and he shall let go the goat in the wilderness. Aaron shall come into the tabernacle of the congregation, and put off the linen garments which he put on when he went into the holy place, and shall leave them there. He shall wash his flesh with water in the holy place, and put on his garments, and come forth, and offer his burnt offering and the burnt offering of the people, and make an atonement for himself and for the people. The fat of the sin offering shall he burn upon the altar. He that let go the goat for the scapegoat shall wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in water, and afterward come into the camp. The bullock for the sin offering, and the goat for the sin offering, whose blood was brought in to make atonement in a holy place, shall one carry forth outside the camp, and they shall burn in the fire their skins, and their flesh, and their dung. He that burneth them shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, his flesh in water, and afterward he shall come into the camp. This shall be a statute forever unto you, that in the 7th month, on the 10th day of the month, ye shall afflict your souls, and do not work at all, whether it be one of your own country, or a stranger that sojourneth among you. For on that day shall the priest make an atonement for you to cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your sins before the Lord. It shall be a Sabbath of the rest unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls by statute forever. The priest whom he shall anoint, and whom he shall consecrate to minister in the priest's office, in his father's stead, shall make the atonement, and shall put on the linen clothes, even the holy garments. And he shall make an atonement for the holy sanctuary, and he shall make an atonement for the tabernacle of the congregation, for the altar, and he shall make an atonement for the priests, and for all the people of that congregation. This shall be an everlasting statute unto you, to make an atonement for the children of Israel, and for all their sins once a year. And he did as the Lord commanded Moses. Chapter 17. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and unto his sons and unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded, saying, What man soever there be of the house of Israel that killeth an ox, a lamb, or goat in the camp, or that killeth it outside of the camp, bringeth it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, to offer an offering unto the Lord before the tabernacle of the Lord. Blood shall be imputed unto that man. He hath shed blood, and that man shall be cut off from among his people. To the end that the children of Israel may bring their sacrifices which they offer in the open field, even that they may bring them unto the Lord, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, unto the priest, and offer them for peace offerings unto the Lord. The priest shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar of the Lord, at the door of the tabernacle, of the congregation, and burn the fat for a sweet savor unto the Lord. They shall no more offer their sacrifices unto devils or fallen angels, after whom they have gone a whoring. This shall be a statute forever unto them throughout their generations. Thou shalt say unto them, whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the stranger who sojourneth among you, that offereth a burnt offering or sacrifice, and bringeth it not unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation to offer it unto the Lord, even that man shall be cut off from among his people. Whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul who eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, no soul of you shall eat blood, neither shall any stranger that sojourneth among you eat blood. Whatsoever man there be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourneth among thou, which hunteth and catcheth any beast or fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out the blood thereof, and cover it with dust. For it is the life of all flesh, the blood of it is for the life thereof. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh, for the life of all flesh is the blood thereof. Whosoever eateth it shall be cut off. Every soul that eateth that which died of itself, or that which was torn with beasts, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger, he shall both wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. Then shall he be clean. But if he wash them not, nor bathe his flesh, then he shall bear his iniquity. Chapter 18. The Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye do not, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Ye shall do my judgments and keep mine ordinances, to walk therein. I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which of a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord. None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him, to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. The nakedness of thy father, or the nakedness of thy mother, shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or the daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. The nakedness of thy son's daughter, or of thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thine own nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife's daughter, begotten of thy father, she is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is thy father's near kinswoman. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy mother's sister, for she is thy mother's near kinswoman. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's brother. Thou shalt not approach to his wife. She is thine aunt. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy daughter-in-law. She is thy son's wife. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy brother's wife. It is thy brother's nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter, that neither shalt thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness, for they are her near kinswoman. It is wickedness. Neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister, to vex her, to uncover her nakedness beside the other in her lifetime. Also thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife, to defile thyself with her. Thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. That's a very familiar verse to LGBT people, I hope. Neither shalt thou lie with any beast to defile thyself therewith. Neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down thereto. It is confusion. Confusion. Verse 23, confusion. Perversion, that's a better word, is perversion. Defile not ye yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. The land is defiled, therefore I do visit the iniquity thereof upon it. And the land itself vomiteth out her inhabitants. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nation, nor any stranger that sojourneth among you. For all these abominations have the men of the land done, which were before you, and the land is defiled. That the land spew not you out also when ye defile it. It is spewed out the nations, as it spewed out the nations that were before you. For whosoever shall commit any of these abominations, even the souls that commit them, shall be cut off from among their people. Therefore shall ye keep mine ordinance, that ye commit not any one of these abominable customs, which were committed before you, and that ye defile not yourselves therein. I am the Lord your God. Chapter 19. The Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, Ye shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. Ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. Turn ye not unto idols, nor make to yourselves molten gods. I am the Lord your God. If ye offer sacrifice of peace offerings unto the Lord, ye shall offer it at your own will. It shall be eaten the same day ye offer it, and on the morrow. And if anything remain, until the third day it shall be burnt in the fire. If it be eaten at all on the third day, it is abominable. It shall not be accepted. Therefore every one that eateth it shall bear his iniquity, because he hath profaned the hallowed thing of the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people. When ye reap that harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy field, neither shalt thou gather the gleanings of thy harvest. Thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard. Thou shalt leave them for the poor and the stranger. I am the Lord your God. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another. Ye shall not swear by my name falsely, neither shalt thou profane the name of thy God. I am the Lord. Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night until the morning. Thou shalt not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shalt fear thy God. I am the Lord. You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, neither honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbors. I am the Lord. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge, nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. You shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let the cattle gender with a diverse kind. Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed. Neither shall a garment mingled with linen and woolen come upon thee. Whosoever lieth carnally with a woman, that is a bondmaid betrothed to a husband, and not at all redeemed, nor freedom given her, she shall be scourged, and they shall not be put into death. They shall not be put to death, because she was not free. He shall bring his trespass offering unto the Lord, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, even a ram for a trespass offering. The priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering before the Lord for his sin which he hath done. Which he had done. The priest shall make an atonement when the ram of the in which he for his sin which he had done, and the sin which he had done shall be forgiven him. When ye shall come into the land, ye shall have planted all manner of trees for food, then shall ye count the fruit thereof as uncircumcised. 3 years shall it be as uncircumcised unto you; it shall not be eaten of. But in the 4th year all the fruit thereof shall be holy, to praise the Lord withal. In the 5th year shall ye eat of the fruit thereof, that it may yield unto you the increase thereof. I am the Lord your God. You shall not eat anything with the blood, neither shalt use enchantment, nor observe times. Observe times. Yeah, practice divination, soothsaying. Yeah, verse 26. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shalt thou mar the corners of the beard. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks unto you. I am the Lord. Do not prostitute thy daughter, to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. You shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence in my sanctuary. I am the Lord. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards, to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. Thou shalt rise up before the hoary head. Verse 32. The hoary head. What is that? Oh, gray-headed. And honor the face of the okay. Thou shalt not rise up before the gray head, the old man, and honor the face of the old man, and fear thy Lord, fear thy God. I am the Lord. If a stranger sojourn with thee in your land, you shall not vex him. To vex is to mistreat him. Vex him. But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you, and thou shalt love him as thyself, for ye are strangers, were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment, in mediard, in weight or in measure. Just balances, just weights, a just ephah, and a just hin shall ye have. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe all my statutes and all my judgments, and do them. I am the Lord. All right. I believe that with that I'm caught up with Leviticus. Tomorrow I'll probably read Numbers and Deuteronomy. So I'll see you guys later.